About the topic. About the book. About the situation. About the news. About the event. About the decision. About the project. About the problem. About the conversation. About the future. Above the clouds. Above the city. Above the mountain. Above the ocean. Above the building. Above the tree. Above the crowd. Above the noise. Above the ground. Above the surface. Across the river. Across the bridge. Across the street. Across the field. Across the country. Across the desert. Across the forest. Across the ocean. Across the world. Across the border. After the party. After the meeting. After the show. After the game. After the movie. After the concert. After the dinner. After the exam. After the class. After the ceremony. Against the wall. Against the rules. Against the opponent. Against the current. Against the odds. Against the wind. Against the deadline. Against the resistance. Against the law. Against the pressure. Along the river. Along the beach. Along the path. Along the road. Along the coastline. Along the railway. Along the sidewalk. Along the mountain trail. Along the corridor. Along the shoreline. Amid the chaos. Amid the crowd. Amid the noise. Amid the celebration. Amid the controversy. Amid the conflict. Amid the pandemic. Amid the protests. Amid the discussion. Amid the uncertainty. Amidst the forest. Amidst the mountains. Amidst the snow. Amidst the ruins. Amidst the wilderness. Amidst the storm. Amidst the fog. Amidst the fields. Amidst the stars. Amidst the waves. Among friends. Among colleagues. Among the crowd. Among the options. Among the choices. Among the books. Among the trees. Among the flowers. Among the buildings. Among the artifacts. Amongst the students. Amongst the athletes. Amongst the artists. Amongst the participants. Amongst the guests. Amongst the team. Amongst the audience. Amongst the members. Amongst the employees. Around the park. Around the city. Around the table. Around the neighborhood. Around the world. Around the lake. Around the building. Around the campfire. Around the block. As a friend. As a teacher. As a leader. As a parent. As an example. As a musician. As a student. As a guide. As a mentor. As a professional. At the beach. At the office. At the park. At the party. At the restaurant. At the museum. At the airport. At the theater. At the concert. At the library. Before the meeting. Before the deadline. Before the sunrise. Before the storm. Before the ceremony. Before the presentation. Before the exam. Before the journey. Before the performance. Before the decision. Behind the curtain. Behind the scenes. Behind the door. Behind the wall. Behind the desk. Behind the car. Behind the tree. Behind the house. Behind the podium. Behind the mountains. Below the surface. Below the ground. Below the horizon. Below the ocean. Below the clouds. Below the hill. Below the bridge. Below the tree. Below the waterfall. Below the average. Beneath the tree. Beneath the surface. Beneath the waves. Beneath the sky. Beneath the mountain. Beneath the stars. Beneath the ocean. Beneath the sand. Beneath the ground. Beneath the surface. Beside the lake. Beside the road. Beside the river. Beside the beach. Beside the tree. Beside the building. Beside the playground. Beside the park bench. Beside the fireplace. Beside the window. Between two cities. Between two buildings. Between two mountains. Between two friends. Between two books. Between two options. Between 2 points. Between 2 dates. Between 2 chapters. Between 2 teams. Beyond the horizon. Beyond the limits. Beyond expectations. Beyond imagination. Beyond the reach. Beyond comprehension. Beyond the surface. Beyond the known. Beyond the scope. Beyond comparison. But a moment. But a dream. But a small step. But a brief encounter. But a passing thought. But a different story. But a slight difference. But a temporary setback. But a mere detail. By my side. By the river. By the window. By the fireplace. By the sea. By the bookshelf. By the garden. By the street lamp. By the beach. By the lake. Despite the challenges. Despite the obstacles. Despite the weather. Despite the criticism. Despite the odds. Despite the setbacks. Despite the limitations. Despite the doubts. Down the stairs. Down the hill. Down the road. Down the slope. Down the river. Down the rabbit hole. Down the elevator. Down the mountain. Down the path. Down the valley. During the meeting. During the party. During the trip. During the concert. During the ceremony. During the summer. During the presentation. During the game. During the holidays. During the night. Except for one. Except for the rain. Except for the winter. Except for the first chapter. Except for the final round. Except for the main character. Except for the chosen few. Except for the unexpected turn. For the future. For the team. For the love. For the cause. For the community. For the success. For the greater good. For the moment. For the record. For the sake. From the heart. From the past. From the sky. From the mountains. From the sea. From the beginning. From the source. From the book. From the experience. From the top. In the room. In the city. In the forest. In the park. In the garden. In the classroom. In the office. In the museum. In the kitchen. In the picture. Inside the house. Inside the room. Inside the car. Inside the building. Inside the box. Inside the wallet. Inside the bag. Inside the closet. Inside the refrigerator. Inside the cave. Into the unknown. Into the deep. Into the forest. Into the darkness. Into the water. Into the crowd. Into the cave. Into the future. Into the realm. Into the spotlight. Like a dream. Like a star. Like a bird. Like a champion. Like a breeze. Like a puzzle. Like a melody. Like a painting. Like a mirror. Like a rainbow. Near the beach. Near the mountains. Near the river. Near the city center. Near the park. Near the airport. Near the restaurant. Near the train station. Near the hotel. Near the bus stop. Next to the lake. Next to the tree. Next to the road. Next to the building. Next to the riverbank. Next to the playground. Next to the statue. Next to the beach umbrella. Next to the coffee shop. Next to the bookstore. Book of poems. City of lights. Land of opportunities. World of imagination. Kingdom of dreams. Sound of music. Power of love. Tale of adventure. Spirit of unity. Essence of beauty. Off the grid. Off the radar. Off the coast. Off the beaten path. Off the record. Off the hook. Off the shelf. Off the stage. Off the track. Off the mark. On the beach. On the mountain. On the road. On the stage. On the rooftop. On the field. On the surface. On the screen. On the calendar. On the horizon. Onto the bus. Onto the train. Onto the stage. Onto the platform. Onto the boat. Onto the runway. Onto the field. Onto the bicycle. Onto the skateboard. Out the door. Out the window. Out the gate. Out the tunnel. Out the forest. Out the cave. Out the box. Out the maze. Out the crowd. Out the building. Out of reach. Out of sight. Out of control. Out of the box. Out of the ordinary. Out of the darkness. Out of the tunnel. Out of the room. Out of the maze. Outside the house. Outside the building. Outside the park. Outside the city. Outside the window. Outside the classroom. Outside the stadium. Outside the mall. Outside the car. Over the hill. Over the bridge. Over the ocean. Over the moon. Over the horizon. Over the limit. Over the city. Over the years. Over the battlefield. Over the top. Past the park. Past the museum. Past the school. past the intersection, past the deadline, past the memories, past the challenges, past the goal, past the finish line, past the stage. Per hour, per person, per day, per kilometer, per year, per capita, per project, per household, per customer, round the clock, round the table, round the corner, round the bend, round the world, round the stadium, round the track, round the block, round the garden, round the clock, through the forest, through the tunnel, through the storm, through the journey, through the book, through the window, through the process, through the crowd, through the experience, throughout the day, throughout the year, throughout the season, throughout history, throughout the event, throughout the book, throughout the city, throughout the process, throughout the journey, till the end, till tomorrow, till midnight, till the sunset, till the dawn, till the last minute, till the final chapter, till the completion, till the closure, till the break of day, to the beach, to the park, to the mountains, to the city, to the office, to the store, to the airport, to the library, to the museum, to the restaurant, towards success, towards the future, towards the goal, towards the destination, towards improvement, towards the horizon, towards the unknown, towards the light, towards the dream, under the table, under the bed, under the tree, under the bridge, under the sun, under the sea, under the blanket, under the umbrella, under the radar, under the surface, underneath the surface, underneath the clothes, underneath the mask, underneath the layers, underneath the floor, underneath the carpet, underneath the skin, underneath the veil, underneath the snow, until tomorrow, until the end, until midnight, until the deadline, until the last moment, unto thee, unto the world, unto others, unto the future, unto the heavens, unto the sea, unto the land, unto the unknown, unto the darkness, unto the light, up the stairs, up the hill, up the ladder, up the mountain, up the tree, up the river, up the road, up the sky, up the slope, up the wall, upon arrival, upon request, upon reflection, upon completion, upon hearing the news, upon seeing the sunset, upon waking up, upon entering the room, upon opening the book, upon receiving the invitation, with friends, with family, with love, with joy, with passion, with enthusiasm, with determination, with grace, with kindness, with patience, within reach, within sight, within the boundaries, within the city, within the time frame, within the organization, within the community, within the realm of possibility, within the realm of knowledge, without hesitation, without fear, without reservation, without doubt, without a doubt, without permission, without restriction, without interruption, without prejudice, without conditions,